Hey guys, how you doing? Jack Bendahan here, and I got this book in my hand called the Book of Affirmations. I may have mentioned it before. It's by a person named Noah St. John. Highly recommend this book. Now, what I'm about to share with you, I didn't really believe it at first. I thought maybe it was hocus pocus, alamacocus, but I'm here to tell you that I actually tried it out on my wife today, and sure enough, it was pretty remarkable. So just to give you a quick background, Afformations, everybody's heard of affirmations, and a lot of people probably think that those don't work. But affirmations are basically stating something that you want to be true. Now, the problem with it is that a lot of the time there's what we call a belief gap. And this is straight from the book, obviously. So a belief gap means that you just don't believe it. So maybe you're not the most confident person. So what you're going to say is, I am confident. That's an affirmation. But guess what? You don't believe that, right? Let's say you don't believe that. Let's say you want to say, I'm rich, but that's not true. So you just don't believe it, all right? Let's say I am successful and all you've ever met with is failure. Well, it's going to be hard for you to believe that. It's going to be hard for you to change your mindset. Well, I'm here to tell you that we performed a little test that I saw in one of the videos, and my wife had no clue, and it worked perfectly. So for example, what you do is I got her to hold up her arm, all right, just like I'm showing you now. And I just held it and I told her to apply some pressure to, like, whatever I do, not to let her arm go down. And her arm didn't go down. So then I got her to hold up her arm again, and I got her to say her name, just say what her name was. And I said, I said, your name is Amy. And her arm, sure enough, it stayed completely rigid. She couldn't push it down. And then I got her to say, my name is David. Or I said to her, your name is David. And she tried to, she was so confused that her arm just went down. So that was the first thing. She was still trying to hold it. But the funny thing is when you're told something, or when you say something out loud that is not true, your body reacts to it in the way that it's not true. Your physiology reacts to it. Your mind reacts to it. So next thing I did was I got her to say out loud, I am rich. So she said, I am rich. And sure enough, her arm went down right away. And then I got her to ask a question. And this is what affirmation comes in. So the affirmation is basically stating an affirmation that you would like to be true, but using a question. Because when you use a question, the brain has to work, right? Whenever you ask a question, the brain does have to function to find an answer. So the question you always want to ask when using this process is why. Why? Because why is the most powerful word of all. Your what, your how, you can know all the hows in the world. You can know how to do something, but if your why isn't strong enough, then it doesn't matter, right? You need a really strong why, and why is a strong word. So what I did next, and I did this in front of my kids and in front of my nanny, I said to Amy, I said, why don't you say, why are you the most wealthiest person around? So she said it, and her arm remained completely strong. Again, call it what you want. You could test this out with somebody who doesn't know about it, obviously, or somebody who does, but the results will show themselves over and over again. So why am I telling you about affirmations? Well, a lot of people have mindset trouble. I can assure you that after hitting corporate bankruptcy in 2006, my mind wasn't in the right place. Although I had been successful, although I had hit 7 figures, when I lost those 7 figures, I had a mindset of defeat. I had a mindset of, it can never happen again. I had a mindset of, I'm a loser. Just being honest. That's just how I felt at the time. And so I worked really hard on all these things that have to do with mindset so that I could push myself past that limit. So these are some of the things that, it's not me telling you this. It's, some of my mentors who have been through way worse than I have in their past. But basically, if you do this stuff and you commit to affirmation, so there's a couple things I'm doing right now, and I do them consistently on a daily basis that help me with my mindset and help me with my life, quite frankly, and that's meditation. I know some of you are not going to want to do it, but there's some great little meditation CDs, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I do it in the morning before waking up. I do it in the evening before I go to sleep. And before I do those meditations, I listen to some affirmations or I read over my own. So just some tips to create a strong mindset. There's a lot more to it. I'll probably be doing a webinar on that later, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some value. I know a lot of people struggle with these things, with belief and fear, and success, wealth, health, fitness levels. So I hope that can at least give you something. And I urge you to buy the book, and hope that was helpful today. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.